Good afternoon, everyone. Will Dupree here in the KXAN live studio. Thanks so much for joining our stream. Today we are continuing our conversations with some of the school superintendents here in our viewing area. Today we are talking to the Pflugerville Independent School District's leader about the start of the new school year. Everything kicked off yesterday with that particular district. Of course, the first few weeks of school will be held virtually for more than 26,000 students within that district. So our morning anchor, Sally Hernandez, joined him for a conversation this morning to ask him about how everything went, and he said things have gone fantastic for the first day, which happened yesterday. So let's now listen to that conversation with Pflugerville ISD's superintendent.
How was your first day of school yesterday?
It actually was fantastic. I think staff did a wonderful job. Students were really engaged, and we had parents working on all the tech issues. I think we've all become technicians at this point for online learning.
I bet. Any major technical issues that you had?
No, actually, we were pleasantly surprised. Obviously, we had a few folks that had needed help with our tech department to get online, but yeah, it went really smooth. We were very pleased.
That's awesome. What do you think is your biggest challenge from now on?
Well, I think one of the big things is to meeting the expectations for making our engagement even stronger than it was last year. You know, we can't just rest on our laurels. We've got to have rigorous lessons, and our staff are up to the challenge. They've done some remarkable work this summer. We already started getting some feedback from parents that they're really pleased with some of the work we've done, and we're just going to get better.
Yeah. The first 3 weeks you guys are online, right?
That's correct. We are remote.
Okay. So first 3 weeks remote. Do you think you're going to extend that for another 4 weeks? I know you put in the waiver.
Yeah, we did put in the waiver. We are actually just, watching the data, and we're working with the Austin Health Authority, and we'll make that decision probably later on this month. So,
how will you decide?
Do what?
How will you decide?
Oh, it'll be based on, cases, surge, whether or not the health authority has guidance that makes us feel like we can come back together in some manner safely. We're putting a lot of safety procedures in place, but we also want the health experts to weigh in on what we're doing and whether or not they think that's safe for kids. I think, quite frankly, it's probably going to be some kind of percentage when we come back. And that's a lot what we're hearing from Dr. Escott and the health authority is that's probably the best way to come back.
I know it's way down south, but Seguin ISD, they're going to have, in-person learning on Wednesday, and they've already had an outbreak. You're shaking your head. You already know that?
Yes, keeping up with all of those. Lessons learned.
What lessons do you learn from something like that?
You find out from other superintendents what they may have done, what may have fallen apart in the system, those kinds of things, and then how you can mitigate it. That's basically we're all first-year administrators, first-year teachers, first-year students in this environment. So we're learning from everybody, and that's going to be the year.
I know you're not only the superintendent, but you're a father to two sons. Are they students as well?
I have a senior this year, so what a wonderful senior year, as you can imagine. So, but he's excited to get back to it. Well, as excited as a senior would be to get back to it. How about that?
But as a parent, do you feel safe sending him back to campus?
I do. Actually, I've made the selection to send him back to campus when we have in-person instruction. So, but I've seen firsthand what we're doing and the safety measures. A lot of it is on us as individuals to make sure that we're not going out and about and taking those risks. And at the same time, wearing a mask, washing our hands regularly, and social distancing. If we do that, we can help mitigate this.
So do you have anything else that you want to add that we didn't touch on?
I just want to say to our parents at Pflugerville, thank you for being understanding during this process. I know that it's not what everybody wants. I know we want to be back to our normal lives, but we appreciate, their understanding. And then also just to let everyone know that we're going to get better every day at this. That's what we're here for, and that's what we strive for.
Well, I appreciate your time so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Dr. Douglas Killian, the superintendent of Pflugerville ISD, talking to our KXAN morning anchor, Sally Hernandez. They had that conversation a little bit earlier this morning, and we wanted to be able to carry that with you all and let you know kind of where things stand. And he described, again, the first day of school, which was yesterday, as fantastic. So we would love to hear what parents are thinking about everything, how their kids are doing at this moment, dealing with virtual learning for the first few weeks of the school year. Could be much longer, as the Pflugerville ISD superintendent said just a few moments ago. Now, yesterday we had a conversation. Tom Miller did, our other morning anchor, had one with the Leander ISD superintendent. You can find that over on our website. And I want to point out a section that we've made specifically for the start of school. So bear with me as I pull this up. If you take a look right here, this is our homepage on KXAN.com. Right here at the top of the page is this section called Set for School. You can see the little banner right here that I'm circling with my mouse. If you click that, we have many resources to talk about learning during coronavirus. So obviously you can see there's an article already up talking about the conversation that the Pflugerville superintendent had with us this morning. There's that article right there with the Leander ISD superintendent, and we have several more scheduled for next week, and we will be bringing you those as soon as we have them. But you can check out all these resources on our website. Again, that banner's on the home page, but the URL itself is kxan.com/set-for-school. Set for school. Just keep that in mind if you would like to find out some more resources. And if you scroll down a little bit further, you can see that we have compiled a list of resources and plans that the districts have released talking about their COVID-19 preparations and the changes they're making as this new school year begins. We want to thank you all once again for joining us for this conversation. We will have more, as I said, next week, so please stay with us and keep tuned in. For now, I'm Will Dupree in the KXAN Live studio. We'll see you back here next week. Everyone, please stay safe and healthy, and if at all possible, still at home.